In 2016, StarTimes launched its services in Ghana. At the time, the Ghana Premier League had no TV partner. It had no sponsor as well. The previous TV partner had ended a 3-year deal, citing the fact that the league was unlucrative or unprofitable. I'll take you back to the same year, February that same year. It was at the launch of the 2015-2016 Premier League, and a rep of Super Sports then, who were still the broadcast rights holders of the Ghana Premier League, he had something to say, and I'll quote: "Our doors have been open since the day we signed the contract with the GFA, but it appears TV stations are reluctant. We have made available all the tapes of matches played last season for highlights, but they are still here. Nobody came for them. We saw what nobody could see back then in 2016. We saw that, look, if we could put premium on this local content, it will become something that Ghanaians would want to see on television. And so we decided to invest in the local football. When we took up the rights of the Ghana Premier League, we contracted the state broadcaster. We paid them to produce live games for television, and the live games were not limited to the StarTimes platform. We also gave the state broadcaster some of these games to show on their platform, GTV Sports Plus, plus 8 other FTA channels. All these for free. We gave it to them to air on their platforms. So why did we do this? We wanted to expand the GPL's market reach and also to strengthen its business position in Ghana. When you take us back to 2016 again, how many games were available on TV? You would find 1 game, sometimes 2. But when StarTimes came in, we have been able to put up to 4, sometimes 5 games per match day live on TV. Sometimes we show some of the games simultaneously. We did over 100 live games in the just ended season for both the GPL and the FA Cup. There are several African countries who have their domestic leagues sitting on private-owned pay TV platforms. I'll give you examples: the Tanzanian Premier League, the Kenyan Premier League, the Ethiopian Premier League, and so many more. It's no longer a state broadcaster affair. If it was, then the BBC would have the English Premier League. But what do we see? Sky Sports is the one that has the rights for the English Premier League. Why are we not saying that? Or why is England not saying that, well, Sky Sports is not the state broadcaster and so they should give it to BBC? This whole football rights thing has become business because this is also revenue that goes to running the association, the clubs, the competition itself, you know. And so I think that is what everybody should begin to see it as. It's not a state broadcaster thing. Even though at the time we came in, no Ghanaian broadcaster or Ghanaian media house was interested in the domestic league, we decided to do all the heavy lifting because we saw in the game what it could become. And so we did what we had to do. We put money to it. We invested heavily in production, in promotion of the game as well. We spend an average of $1 million USD producing games for a season. Then there's also the part where you're doing the promotions on radio, TV, billboards. We're doing all that. So there you have your confirmation. When we get the vilification, oh, why has StarTimes been the one doing this? Why is StarTimes the one that won the bid? Why is StarTimes this? Why is StarTimes that? It goes to tell you that we are doing something good. We have brought GPL from the era where nobody wanted to be a part of it. Nobody wanted to associate themselves with GPL. For us, we would say that Ghanaians should just compare. If Ghanaians wanted to go back to when the games were 2 or 1 or 2 on TV, then it's a decision of Ghanaians and the stakeholders to make. But I think that for all the stakeholders, including the clubs who are the direct beneficiaries of TV rights, fees, and so on and so forth, I think that they also believe in what StarTimes has started with Ghana football, and they would want to see us continue.
StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.